Hi, I'm Peter Rose, founder of Longwood Currency Trading. It's a cold, early January day in 2023. Again, another cold day. My last video was cold. My last video, I had to take the bow dog for a walk. I'm going to leave this wonderful wood stove fire going, and we're going to go out and walk the bow dog. And while we do that, I'll be talking about just because you're a day trader doesn't mean you have to trade all day. There's the bow dog. Here I am. I'm not trading. Bow's not trading. Look, most folks that are watching YouTube videos are not trading all day. They don't have time to trade all day. I'm retired. I can trade all day, but I don't want to. Why would I want to spend 7 to 8 hours in front of the screen? Why would I want to study 19 hours a day? Well, why would I want to do that? This thing that you have to trade hours and hours and hours is not true. If you want to have a career as a day trader, then you've got to make enough money at it to quit your day job. But until you can quit your day job, you're not going to be able to sit there for 2 hours waiting for some setup to happen. So all these guys that are talking about setups and you've got to do your setups, it's a fallacy. You don't have time to sit there waiting for some setup to occur. What are you going to do? You're going to project 2 hours ahead that if such and such happens, that there'll be a setup there, and so therefore you can do a set and forget and come back 8 hours later and check your prices? I don't think so. If you want to take a long shot and do a long position trade, and you can set that up in the morning before you go, or at night when you come home and you look at a daily candle, you see what you want to do, and you can set and forget that. But do you really have the skill and the patience to do that type of trading? Do you need to be a long-term position trader to make a lot of money in currency trading? And I don't think so. I think the money's to be made by controlling your risk. I've said that. I've made a lot of money in currency trading, not as much as some of these guys are driving around their Lambos and talking about making, $50,000-$60,000 in a trade, and they're sitting there all the time and they're doing it at 200 to 1 leverage. And most of them will also tell you that they wipe themselves out 6, 7, 8 times trying to figure it out. Well, they figured it out, but maybe they don't know how to describe what they're doing. But they're not doing it because of Bollinger Bands and all the rest of the crap that goes with it. Trading is trading. I traded real estate for 40 years. I had held properties for 20 years, 30 years. So that's a long-term trade. I understand long-term trading. I lost $1 million twice in my life. $1 million net worth, all I had, twice, due to economic collapse in the real estate market. I made it back each time, but it took me 10 years each time. Is that what you want to do? You want to do long-term position trading and get wiped out of your account or lose $100,000? And then what are you going to do? You're going to take another 10 months to start making that back? You can't do that. Once you develop a large bank, then you can do that. You can make a lot of money in by simply investing a small amount of your bank, which is a large amount of money to start with. Look, if you're trading $300,000 or $400,000 account and you're dicking around with 10 or 20 lots of that on a daily basis, you can make a couple of $1,000s a day. Let's say you do that 3 days a week. That's $6,000, $24,000 a month, $240,000 a year. You look pretty good on $240,000 a year. But you got to be trading 20 or 30 lots. And you can't go all in, all out with 20 or 30 lots. You have to be having some of that in reserve, because your losses are going to be large. You could take a $10,000 hit on a daily basis. You want to do that? You don't. What's reasonable for you as a day trader trying to get into the currency markets? You get up in the morning and you might have 2 hours to trade. So you have to pick a market that's active when you get up. You know, I'm on the East Coast of the United States, so London Open is 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, my time. Do I want to get up and trade that? Well, you know, the fact is that if I had a job to get to, I'd probably have to leave at 7 o'clock in the morning. And so I could get up at 5 and trade for 2 hours. And that has been my entire process of trading, is that, sure, I'm retired and I can sit there and read and study and write computer simulation programs. I'm working on them right now, and sit there in front of the screen. I can sit there and trade for 3 or 4, 6, 8 hours, and I've done that before. But my whole process is geared around the quick scenario is I get up in the morning at 8 o'clock. So the US market is about to, New York market's about to open in my time, and the Eurozone currencies are all in full swing. There's a lot of activity. Or, you know, you could do it at night when you come home and try play the Asian market. So in any event, for me, I get up, get my coffee, sit down at the desk, open up the trading platform and take a look. Is there anything to trade? If not, you know, I'll read some emails, get some work done, talk to some of you folks that are sending me emails about trading and doing stuff, or think about a topic for a video to do or something like that. Spending the time however I want. Sometimes I'll, well, like right now, there's the Bo dog. Bo, hey Bo, come here, come. Your fans want to see you. There he is. Ah, good boy. Okay. We're just out here having fun. I've got the trading platform open, been open all day. I'm not doing anything with it, and that's okay. Sometimes trading is not trading. If you're just in there sloshing around because, oh geez, I've only got 2 hours, so I got to make eight trades, or I got to make 2 or 3 trades today, or I got to make an 8 trade today. You're kidding yourself. You can't say that there's going to be a trade opportunity, and I'm not talking about a setup because I don't believe in setups. Maybe you can do that stuff in stocks. I don't know. I wouldn't trade stocks on a bet, and I have a lot of reasons why. And I've been studying the financial markets since the late 1970s, and I've written computer simulation against stocks, options, commodities. I think I've got all the information I need to know about what I want to do with my life, and it isn't trade stocks or options. That's why after retiring from my software engineering career in 2015, I had been looking at the currency market since 2007, and had actually opened a small mini account in 2012, and I was still working then, and so I'd trade, you know, get up in the morning, sometimes 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning at the London Open, and put some trades on, trade for 15 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, close the platform down, and have at it the rest of the day. Now, when I was doing that, I was trading on mini accounts, and I would do fairly well when I followed what my rules were, but in looking at what everybody else was doing, I believed in that. I trusted in that, like I trusted in the guys that taught me real estate. I made $1 million doing real estate, following the advice I got. 90% of the traders lose 90% of their money in the currency markets. Why is that? Is everybody stupid? Well, I don't think so. It must be the education. And as an educator, having taught the martial arts for 50 years, I think I know a little bit about transferring information. And I look back at that, and I can see that that information was flawed. Okay, well, let's go inside. I'm going to stay out here. Finish this up. I don't want to beat this thing to death, but don't think that you have to sit there at the trading desk all day, like these guys that are sitting there all day, and they set their positions up, they wait for the setup, they put the position on, and then they come back 3 or 4 hours later, and boom, they've made their money. You don't have the option to do that. You may not be that good that you can do that. I'm a pretty good trader, but I'm not going to do that. I want to be right there. I want to watch the price action. I want to see what's happening. What's the order flow happening right now? What the hell do I care what a Bollinger Band is doing? That has nothing to do with economic order flow. Man. So what's happening right now? Some guy's trying to offload $4 billion worth of currency. And he's looking for somebody else to buy it. That's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. And how long do you think it's going to take to make 10 pips or 20 pips? 2 hours? 5 hours? No. You know, once I put a trade on, I want to be out of there in 20 minutes. I want to be done. Now, if you're trying to make 200 pips a day, that's not going to work. If you're trying to make 200 pips a day, please don't watch any more of my videos. It's just crazy. You don't make more money by getting more pips. You make more money by having money and throwing it against a small amount of pips. That's the way you do it. I'm sorry if you don't have a lot of money. That's too bad. You want to drive around in a Lamborghini, you got to have the money to buy it. There's just no getting around that. So if you want to trade, it's easy. The trading is simple. If you have somebody that can explain it to you simply, of course. I didn't find that. It cost me $40,000 to learn what I know. Okay? And I'm not trading to pay the light bill or to replace my job income. I'm retired. Okay? I don't need trading for money. So I'm trading to make $1 million. See if I can match that in what I did in real estate. And unfortunately, I have a lot of bad habits. There were really good habits in real estate, but they don't transfer over into the currency market. You can buy and sell real estate intuitively. You develop an intuitive sense. But in currency trading, because of the nature of the currency markets, it's non-intuitive. I just got caught in a trade the other day where I was severely underwater, and I'm going, what the hell is going on here? And the reason for that was because I had done something intuitive. And it's so hard for me to break that habit because I'm, used to, $300,000 building and putting money down on that and selling it. And so the numbers are fairly big. They're equivalent to what I trade on a daily basis in the currency market. But you can't apply the same intuitive logic to currencies that you would in doing something like real estate and even stocks. It's a different market. It's a lot of fun and it's simple. The other markets are complicated. You have too many moving parts. Currencies are pretty simple. Anyway, if it's so simple, why should you be a day trader sitting at your desk all day? Why would you expose yourself to risk by looking at what the daily candle has done at 7 o'clock at night when you get home, making some trading decisions on that, and then you wait for 8 days before anything happens, before you get out, or maybe your stop gets hit, and if you don't know how to set a stop on a daily candle, you're just going to constantly get screwed. You don't want to do that. If you want to do currencies, do it the way the bank traders do it. They trade, and they close the positions out, and they go on to the next trade. I mean, they're doing it for a different purpose. You can't learn trading from a bank trader because they do it for a different purpose. But look at the effect of their trading. The open and close positions, satisfying customer orders. Why can't I hop onto a customer order that's going to take maybe 40 minutes for this guy to lay off $600 million of stuff that he wants to do today? How long is it going to take him to do that? You know, all the activity on the look at the from a New York Eastern United States time frame chart, and you look at that chart on some of the major pairs, euro pairs, and you see all the activity from let's say on euro dollar or pound dollar or something like that, from 7:30 in the morning, 5 to 7:30 in the morning, it starts to kick up, and it just runs gangbusters until about 11 o'clock. Well, what happens at 11 o'clock? All the guys in the U.S. have done all the trading that they need to do, because the guys overseas at 11 o'clock our time is 4 o'clock in London. They're going home, or they're shutting down. Their clients are going home. They're not sitting there making trades. So the activity is during those, when the activity is highest during those few hours. So if you can't trade during those hours, that's okay. You can still trade at 8 o'clock at night, switch to the Asian session. Or if you don't want to, I've traded pound dollar at 8 o'clock at night. There's activity going on because there's other countries that are trading with the pound, and they're having to use USD to do that. And, I mean, there's still activity there. You're not going to get 40 pip moves, but you could grab 3 pips or 5 pips or something like that. And if you got a big enough account, you could make $300 or $400 in a couple hours in the evening or in 15 minutes. So don't get discouraged by watching these guys, or don't get wrapped up in what they're talking about. Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We're going to sit here and look at, oh, this is, you know, and 4 hours later, here's my P&L statement and how good I did for the day. Well, great. You don't have that 5 or 8 hours to sit there. And you don't want to take the chance to set and forget and come back and the thing ticked out at you and it went on and did what you thought it was going to do, but you're not there to catch it. If you're not in front of the screen, you should not have a trade on. And I've learned that the hard way. I walk away from the screen with a trade, I do a carry trade or something, and it's catastrophic. It always is catastrophic. Now, don't say I don't know how to trade. I know how to trade. And I do carry trades because I'm trying to make more pips. I'm not trying to make a wage. Because you make a wage, you pay taxes on it. That's not how you're going to make $1 million. You make $1 million by taking the chips that you got and shoving them to the center of the table. Sometimes you're going to lose a big hunk of that. But when you win really big. You know, last year I had 3 months, I think, that I had $30,000 net profit months. $30,000 for the month. That's a lot of money. That's somebody's income for the year over here in the United States. I don't know where it is, where you're at. I mean, $30,000 won't take you far over here, but man, to do that in a month, to do it in 3 months is great. To do it in a year would be great. You need, you don't need considerable amount of money to make $30,000 in a year. You do need some. You're not going to do it on a $10,000 account unless you're trading 200 to 1 leverage and trading 30 lots at 200 to 1 leverage, and then you're just going to get your ass handed to you in short order. If you want to look at things reasonably, can you make job replacement income as a day trader a couple hours a day or an hour a day? Yes, you can. It's just how you got your trading plan set up. Have fun with this stuff. You can make a lot of money. Peter Rose, Longwood Currency Trading. Have a great day and have a great trading day.